Hey, I know sometimes it's easier said than done, but hang in there. Do not give up. In American society, and I'm sure other societies, as a year begins to end and wrap up, we think about something known as our New Year's resolutions, which is something that is established at the start of every calendar year. We identify a goal for the year or goals for the year. I think some of the most common ones may be saving a certain amount of money, losing a certain amount of weight, starting a business. And as the year starts, we hit the ground running. I'll see people posting on social media their green shakes and their salad and pictures of themselves in the gym and screenshots of the miles that they ran or videos of themselves doing push-ups. And even when you go into the stores, there's marketing teams that go out there. They try to honestly capitalize off of that. So all the holiday snacks are gone and they're immediately replaced with like granola bars and exercise equipment and protein shakes and vitamins, encouraging us to pursue and strive after those New Year's resolutions. Once again, if fitness is a thing. But what happens over time on social media, you see less and less green shakes and workouts. The gyms that were very densely populated at the start of the year, you see tumbleweeds blowing by. And what happens is we just don't see the results within the time frame that we would like. So we start to slow down and eventually just plateau and just stop, just give up. However, I'm asking you all to persevere because it really could be a win-win. I'm not proud of it. A couple years ago, I had my fitness journey, and in the height of it, I lost over 80 pounds. But I'm running 2 to 3 miles 7 days a week minimum. Every single thing that I ate for a year and a half or so, I measured it, I weighed it, I counted calories using the app. So I saw the results. However, what I created was extremely hard for me to sustain. And the reality is life was just lifing, right? Over time, I started to gain that weight back. So something hit last year and I said, what? I was encouraged by someone that was doing these 100 runs in 100 days. So I started, I was not in the best of shape, but I said, hey, I'm going to start running just 1 mile a day. 1 mile a day, and I'm going to just stay at it. I'm not going to miss any day. So here I am now, day 412, I believe, down about 60 pounds. Been working out a lot more. So I kept going and I tried something different. Keep persevering. There is something that could be created that we may not even know. Based off of that consistency, I started doing some other things following that same pattern. So I started to see success in other areas of my life. They almost accidentally happened because I kept going, I kept moving, and I'm just going to encourage you all to do the same. Remember, I'm a teacher, not a speaker. So there's a 3M scientist that studied and was researching different types of adhesive, and this researcher was trying to make a strong adhesive working for 3M. Unfortunately, they accidentally created an adhesive that was extremely weak. So the complete opposite of what was intended. That researcher got frustrated, put it to the side, almost gave up. Fortunately, in this situation, that researcher had what I would refer to as an accountability partner that looked into what that scientist produced and suggested, hey, maybe this weak adhesive could be used on a bookmark to hold a page because since it's so weak, it's not going to damage the paper of the book. And the more they thought about it, that bookmark eventually became this: Post-it notes. They filed the patent. So they accidentally found success. I'll call that an immaculate accident. A co-owner of the Toll House Inn was baking chocolate cookies, but the co-owner ran out of the baker's chocolate. So she took some just semi-sweet chocolate, the blocks, and broke it up and put it in there because, once again, didn't have what they need, made the mistakes. However, they were determined. They persevered because they wanted to make chocolate cookies for their guests. But what they realized was that the chocolate did not melt. It was still chunks of chocolate in the cookies. However, the guests loved it, and that's where Toll House cookies came from. There was also a chef in New York that kept getting complaints from this one customer about making these potatoes, these fried potatoes that were too thick and mushy. And I'll be honest, in spite, that chef sliced the potatoes as thin as they could and fried them up. To their dismay, the client loved them. And that was the start of potato chips. Once again, Immaculate Accident. Viagra, I'm not gonna get into that, but Viagra was intended to treat a heart condition that caused chest pressure. It was ineffective for the chest. It's safe to say that there's a new clientele, Immaculate Accident. An inventor, just honestly going through it financially, was trying to generate thoughts, trying to create something that could be, generate income and revenue to pay their bills. While that inventor was thinking, just playing with a piece of wire, twisting it around, and that inventor realized that if I put a couple coils in that wire, that wire could actually clasp together. And that inventor started and came up with the patent for the safety pin. There were a team of engineers that were trying to create a wallpaper. It just wasn't successful. They then tried to use it as like a insulation on the walls of a greenhouse. That wasn't that successful. It's now being used as packing material, and that's where they saw success. So I'm gonna simply encourage us not to give up. Keep going, persevere, because if we continue to persevere, continue to move, we could reach our goals. And if we do not reach our goals but keep moving, we could become an accidental success, what I refer to as an immaculate accident. Remember, I'm a teacher, not a speaker. I want to encourage you all to have an amazing day.